Welcome to my channel Phi Concepts CHM. This is the fourth part of the series of behavior of real gases, where we will see the comparisons of experimental isothermals with the van der Waals isothermals. Comparison of experimental isothermals with van der Waals isothermals. Experimental isothermals is what we had seen in Andrews experiments on carbon dioxide. So those isothermals will be compared with the van der Waals isothermals. This is the isothermals which we had got using the Andrews experiment on carbon dioxide. These are the van der Waals isothermals at different temperatures. So PV isothermals are plotted on the basis of van der Waals equation. The theoretical curves obtained are shown. Let us compare the theoretical curves with the Andrews experimental curves. Consider the isothermals in both the figures for 13.1 degrees Celsius temperature. So this is the curve for 13.1 degrees Celsius for the Andrews experiment, and this curve is for the van der Waals isothermals. We observe that there is no straight horizontal portion in the theoretical isothermal. Instead, we have a sinuous curve with a maximum at C and minimum at E. So here in the Andrews isothermals, there is this portion which is horizontal, but here that is not present. It is in the form of a sinuous curve with a peak at C and minimum at E. Broken line FB is drawn corresponding to the flat portion, that is this BC. FB represents this horizontal line BC. Parts AB, this is the part AB, and part FG. They are similar to the parts AB, this capital AB, and part CD of the experimental isothermal. Therefore, the theoretical curve BCDEF does not agree with the experimental isothermal BC. However, the portion BC, this is BC, corresponds to supercooling of vapors. It is the unstable state of supersaturated vapor. It suggests that it is possible to compress a vapor beyond the saturated state under certain conditions without liquefying it. And the portion EF, this is the portion EF, corresponds to superheating of liquid. It is the unstable state of superheated liquid. It suggests that it is possible to heat a liquid above its boiling point under certain conditions without allowing it to boil. The portion CDE, that is this portion CDE, could not be explained because it shows a decrease in volume and with a decrease in pressure, which is not true in actual practice. We observe that features of isothermals for temperatures less than Tc, that is the critical temperature, are similar to the isothermal of 13.1 degrees Celsius. So this curve or this isothermal is corresponding to critical temperature. Except that the maximum and the minimum get closer with decrease in their heights with increasing temperature. So this maxima and this minima, they are coming closer as you go for higher temperatures. And finally, they merge into a point P at the critical temperature Tc. This is point P. P is called as a point of inflection. It coincides with the experimental critical point. At higher temperatures, both the theoretical and the practical PV curves are similar. Thank you for watching this video.